Hi, Carolyn. I'm going to kind of walk you through what I was doing for the outlines. You can change the format, or if something works better for you, you're welcome to do that too. So, a couple things. I created these folders for each grade level and then a folder for each module. And what I have Valerie doing right now, she's pulling the content from the website and putting it into PDFs and then linking those PDFs into the course outline so that way when you share this with the writer, they'll be able to see everything by lesson, if that makes sense. It might make more sense in a minute, but so okay. I'll send you the login and then we're going to math assessments, resources, enter core progress for math, and then so I'll probably finish 7th grade and you can move on to 8th grade, but we need to go through each of these categories and find the standards that match the grade for the outline we're working on. So I was looking for all 7th grade to start. And then I named the module based on this category here. So there weren't any 7th grade lessons in any of these up until geometry. And you just scroll down until to see if there's anything there. So here's the grade level, and this stops at 5, so we didn't have any 7th grade there. So the first was geometry. And then you find all of these, I guess, topic standards that we need to cover. I'm going to actually go to the one I'm working on now because now that this one's filled in, it's going to be, I think, more confusing. Okay. Okay. So module 4, expressions and equations. Okay, so each lesson is good. And oh, I didn't say this on the phone. I know we've been limiting the writers to either half an hour for the younger grades or an hour for the older, but because these are basically, I kind of think of these as like 4 separate lessons in one, plus all of the other things that I'll mention in a second. So I'm going to say we can do 5 to 10 hours per lesson, because it's going to be, it would be equivalent to 5 to 10 lessons from another course. Okay, so, all right. So that was the module title, from expressions and equations. And then, so here's where it's kind of interesting. So if you expand this, I'm actually using the skill area as the lesson title. So evaluate and use variable expressions. And it was the first 4. And then when I expanded this one, I moved on to linear equations and inequalities. So the 4 categories I'm creating are skills review, lesson content, vocabulary, videos, oh, and then the standards. So skills review will be the prerequisite objectives, and I'm just putting in parentheses what grade it's coming from. So this lesson will open in SmartFox with a link to the other grade lessons. It's a 6th grade section on this. I will just do a quick review. So the writer doesn't have to do anything on that, but that's just for our building process. Okay, then I did this title here, add or subtract or simplify, as the first bullet in lesson content. And then you're going to expand the view instructional resources. And I've been doing vocabulary in videos, and I'm pulling the ones from Math Glossary. So opening that up, and then copying the definition over. So we're going to have the first part actually have the glossary, and then they will also need to put these inside the lessons and bold them. But I do want to use the exact definitions that are on this site so that it's not changing on the students. Okay, so that's one part that I was doing, and then I was pulling the Khan Academy videos. So open that up, take the link, and then drop it in here. And I'm going to ask the writers, or have you ask the writers, to either integrate the Khan Academy video into the lesson or to create like a separate little section where they refer to the video. So they can have a separate instruction and then have the video set on a separate page, and then have their own little notes or commentary written that go with it. Whatever I guess the writer feels comfortable with is fine. And then, okay, I had Valerie start pulling these worked examples, and that's the PDFs that she's linking in that file so that the writer will have access to these. I really hope we get to use them, but if not, I would say have them just try to copy it. They can even take the steps terms as long as they change the problem. So it gives a guided practice, and then worked examples, excuse me, and then it gives the sample items from the test itself. So just to kind of give them an idea of how difficult the question should be. And we're going to do 5 questions per question type, if that makes sense. So see how we have the add or subtract to simplify. Linear expression will need 5 of those types of questions, and then 5 of the simplify an algebraic expression. And we're going to ignore all of this. Valerie is also pulling these ones, the engage NY, and they have, or actually she's linking them in here for the writers because this one's on a public site. If we look here, this is probably the best resource for the writers to kind of see what the written instruction should look like. Okay, and then, sorry, back here, copied the standard, and when you go on to the next one, this one doesn't have the skill review or the prerequisites, so you'll just skip over that. You'll open this up again, include all the vocabulary, include all the videos, and Valerie will pull all the other content for you into the drive. I think that's it, and then we'll just have the writer, even though this is lesson 1, it's going to have 4 separate sections, so that they're basically 4 separate lessons, and they'll be uploaded that way. They just need to be grouped by this subtopic. So you can see, I'll go back now to the beginning where Valerie is already working. She is under the lesson, this subtopic here. She's linking everything that she's uploading to the drive, so, and the Engage NY resources as well. So that will be done. I can still have her do that. If you want to do that, that's fine, but she can still work on that too. And hopefully that'll make it easier for the writer. But if you think that's more confusing, just let me know and we can figure out a way to do that. We can't link to these because they're password protected. So we're just trying to find a way to pull them off the site. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know if there are any questions, if you still feel comfortable doing it. Again, you're just going to keep going through until it changes, so the skill area changes, and then you'll create a new lesson and just have all of these objectives in that lesson. Thank you so much, as always, for taking this on.